Good morning. My name is Harmony Howe. I'm a senior at Richmond County Technical Career Management School, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Ramone Lamkin. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. So to get this interview started, I just want to ask you, what is your official title?
I'm the Marshal of Richmond County.
Okay. And when were you appointed this role?
I was actually elected. So I ran for office in 2016, took office in 2017.
Okay. And when you were elected, how did that make you feel?
It was a proud moment. We worked hard during the election. We had a great team. We worked hard, and the voters spoke, and I was elected Marshal here in Richmond County.
Okay. And it seems like we're a little far in your career, so I want to take it back to your early days. Can you talk a little bit about your childhood? Like, are you from the Augusta area?
No, actually, I'm not. I was actually born in Philadelphia. I came here when I was little. Me and my twin brother, my great aunt raised us. Grew up right there off of Kennedy Drive. Went to Wilkinson Garden Elementary School, Murphy Middle School, and a proud graduate at T.W. Josie High School.
Okay, and was that like, how was the transition going from the area in Philadelphia to Augusta, Georgia?
Actually, I don't remember. I was a baby.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Okay, so this is all you know is
That's
Augusta.
all I know is Augusta.
Okay, that's great. And you said that you graduated from T.W. Josie. What college did you go to?
St. Leo University. So I have my bachelor's degree from St. Leo, and I have my master's degree in criminal justice from St. Leo University.
Okay, and did you have any, like, did you pledge anything? What were your, like, your activities while in college?
Oh, actually, I went to college online, but I did pledge a fraternity. I'm a proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. It's a great joy to be a part of such great men, such a great fraternity. It's doing great things in our community, and we continue to do that.
Was that hard? Because criminal justice is already a hard major. Was it hard balancing both academic while having a social life?
No, because I've known criminal justice since I've been 21. That's what I've been doing, working. So it was fairly, not easy, but I knew a lot of the subject matter when I had to take tests and when I had to write papers. So I just knew a lot about the subject. So that's why I chose criminal justice, because I had been doing it so long and studying case law and stuff like that.
Okay, and after doing some research on you, I seen that you had a job at 15. What was the job?
I was working at Winn-Dixie. I was a bag boy.
You was back. Well, how was that?
It was interesting. I met a lot of interesting people. I always had a strong work ethic. My great aunt instilled that in me. You know, if you want to get something, you have to work to get it. So I was 15 years old, and I had a job, and I was working there. So it was a great experience. Met a lot of great people. It was the beginning of my work career.
And the beginning of your work career, you also met someone by the name of Elijah Parker. Can you talk about the impact that he had on you?
Well, that's why I'm in law enforcement today. He told me, we was actually working together. We were lieutenants several years ago at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, and I asked him, I said, why did you come, to my house and talk to my mom? He's like, I saw something in you that just kind of spoke to me. And he's a Christian, and he said he just saw something in me that he wanted to minister to me. So he came to my house, talked to my mom, took me out to the movies, and it gave me a different insight to law enforcement. I saw law enforcement as different because, just to be honest, when we was younger, we used to run from the police.
Right.
And so then I say, hey, it's something different with law enforcement. They really help, and they're really here to help people. And then from that point, I decided that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. That's my career path.
Okay. And the impact that he left on you, is that an impact that you try to leave on others?
Yes. I mean, that's how I feel that that's my purpose, is to leave a place, a organization, wherever I go, better than when I came. And so I try to impact young men and women to show them a different side of law enforcement and show them how we can help them. And the team that we have at the Marshal's office, and when I was at the Sheriff's office, and I was at State Patrol, to try and get them to do that same thing, to help people, because we in these jobs to help people, not just to be there for ourselves, but we here to be servants. We are servants, and that's what I try and get people to do.
Okay. And you have been in the Marshal position since 2016. So far, what can you say has been your biggest accomplishment?
I think changing the culture of the Marshal's office is one of my biggest accomplishments, and I can't take credit for it myself. It's my team. We have a great team. Before I came there, it was a kind of a culture of being retired on duty, And now it's a culture of service. It's a culture of going, working hard.
Right.
It's a culture of giving back. It's a culture of being out in the community. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm proud of, that we have changed the culture at the Marshal's office. And like I said, it's not me, it's the team. We all work together. I thank God for the team that we have, and we just keep building on it.
But you're the first black marshal that we've had so far, correct?
I am.
And does that add any weight onto you, any pressure?
It does. I mean, but you look at law enforcement here in Richmond County, I'm the first black marshal, but I still stand on the shoulders of so many black officers that when black officers couldn't police in white neighborhoods, black officers couldn't police on Washington Road, black officers couldn't go in certain areas, and they, bridged that gap for me to be where I am right now. So I'm standing on their shoulders. And so I'm trying to build something now so our future law enforcement can stand on my shoulders. So I'm building something for them, just like they built something for me.
Right. And you were friends with Richard Roundtree, correct?
Yeah, we're still friends.
Yes, y'all still friends. What has he taught you, and how has that impacted the way that you run being in the marshal position?
Well, Sheriff Roundtree was my mentor. When I came from the State Patrol to the Sheriff's Office, he hired me to run his traffic division, and I learned how he moved and how he interacted with the public. And he would tell me certain things and just kind of point into me and mentoring to me on how you deal with certain situations, how you interact with people, and that was very important to me. It showed me a different side of executive leadership. I was a corporal with the State Patrol, so I had leadership ability. I was doing leadership stuff, but it's different when you're at the executive level of leadership. And Sheriff Roundtree showed me that executive level of leadership, and it allowed me to expand my leadership in that role.
Right. And being at that executive leadership, how is it maintaining having a sociable, fulfilling life, needing the daily basis that you need to live a good life? How is that balance for you?
Well, you have to have balance. You just can't have work, and you have to have balance with your friends and your social circle also. You just can't have all law enforcement friends, because you tend to get jaded that way.
Yeah.
You will get negative, because people don't call law enforcement when they're having a great day.
Right.
They call when they had a bad day, they're having something going on with the marshal's office. They see us at their worst time. We do evictions, so we put people out, and we catch them at their worst time. So you can get jaded if you just have strictly law enforcement friends. So I have doctors, attorneys, principals, people that work at stores. I have an array of friends to give me different variety and give me different perspective, because you want to have a paradigm shift, not just be looking at life one way. You want to kind of be open, and so that's why I even tell my deputies, you need to have a different array of friends, not just law enforcement. To have different friends, because, like I said, we can get jaded. We look at things a certain way, and we have robust conversations, and they provide perspective for me, like, oh, I didn't ever think about it that way.
Right.
And then, so it's always good to have a different array of friends and have a good social life. And then, but the most important, my children, being there for them, making sure that they have what they need. I have a son, a senior, that's about to graduate this year. I have my oldest, she's a sophomore at Georgia Tech. She's actually in Italy right now, studying abroad, so she'll be there for 5 months. So it's about giving them that experience too, and being there for them. So it's just having a total balance between friends, family, and work.
Yes, and I can tell that you're working hard to be a great role model for others, considering that you have children of your own. So what is some advice that you could give out there to the people watching this?
Well, especially for our young folks, I would say watch your surroundings. The decisions you make now can affect you later down the road. The people you have in your car, if you have license, you need to know who's in your car and what they have on them if they're in your car.
Right.
Because if somebody's in your car and they have some type of illegal substance, and you get pulled over by the police and nobody claims it, everybody gets that charge. And then you go try and get a job with a law enforcement, with a government agent, with a federal government. That's going to hurt you trying to get that job. So I would say watch your surroundings, watch the decisions you make now, make decisions now for the future.
And you publicly talk about your religion and how, like, you're a Christian. What impact does that Christian background have on you?
Well, it just teaches us that, we need to be out spreading the word. We need to be out helping people. when we can help people, and that's just what, you know, I've been raised to do. Uh, I don't try and beat people over the head with my religion, but if we want to talk about God, we can. And I let people know I am where I am because of God and His
Right.
grace. Uh, and I hope that doesn't turn people off. But you know, we're supposed to be telling how we got to how we got, and I'm always going to do that.
Okay. And you are an instructor for Georgia's Peace Officer Standards and Training, and you're teaching other people how to withhold themselves to a certain standard. How does that feel for you to be able to teach others?
It's great. I'm actually an instructor for Georgia Post, and I'm actually an adjunct instructor for Columbus State University
Okay.
also. So I teach in their professional management program, and I teach basic programs for law enforcement. So it's always good to give back. I mean, knowledge is power, and you don't want to have knowledge and not give it back.
Right.
So that's why I'm always a proponent of giving it back. So I love teaching. I love seeing that deer in the headlight, that light come on when people actually get it. I love to
Right.
see that when people get what you're teaching. I just taught a class last week in Athens on the employee process, on the hiring process of teaching them how to go from start to finish and what you're looking for in the background and hiring great employees and building your brand and building your
Right.
agency. And it's just great to see that light come on when people get it.
Okay. And what is one thing that you make sure that you emphasize when you're teaching these students?
One thing I emphasize is that your agency, your company is a brand.
Right.
And you have to protect that brand. That's one thing I emphasize with the Marshal's Office. It's a brand. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than the deputy. It's the brand. And we have to do to protect that brand. And any part of that agency that's hurting that brand, you're either going to get it where it needs to be or you're going to get rid of it. So we make sure we protect the brand at all costs.
Okay. And one of your missions is to provide the citizens and employees of Richmond County with a clean environment. What can you say has been like the toughest thing about trying to accomplish that?
Well, I say a clean and safe environment and be able to do your business in the government buildings safe.
Right.
So the one big thing, because we're in a time where we have a lot of active shooters. We have people that's upset with government. We have people that's upset with authority. So we want to make sure when you come to those buildings that you can do your business safely. So we have upgraded all our cameras. We upgraded our security measures. So it may take you a little bit longer to get in the building, but you're going to be safe when you get in
Right.
there. As far as being clean, we have made the first felony illegal dumping cases in the history of the Marshal's Office.
Okay.
A lot of people come to Richmond County and dump your trash. You know, and we won't accept that. We're not going to have that in Richmond County. If you do that, we will lock you up, and we will charge you with a felony. So we're up to 18 felony cases now, and it's going to help Richmond County grow because nobody wants to move into a city that's dirty, that has crime.
Exactly.
You know, they want to be safe. They want to move into a clean city. You want to have your kids in a clean area, and we're doing our part to help accomplish that.
Okay. And I know that you're doing your part, but what are some ways that the citizens and the employees can do their part in keeping the environment safe and clean?
Well, the employees are doing their part by outworking, but if the citizens, they see people dumping illegally, call us, 706-821-2368. That's our number. Let us know if you can get a tag number, but don't try and follow the vehicle.
Right.
Don't get up close on the vehicle.
Right.
Watch it from afar. If you can get the tag number or description or something, let us know so then we can follow up with it, and we'll go through and then we'll do the investigation and do our part.
Right. So what has been your favorite moment of being the marshal?
I have so many, but I would say the most beneficial part to me is going into these schools, helping young children, helping young kids, because I was one of those kids. It could have been just one thing, and I could have been on the wrong path. So what we try and do with the Marshal's Office is to catch these kids when they're young, show them a positive role model, a positive impact, so they can go down the right path. Because once you get to a certain age, and when you 16, 17 years
Right.
old, you kind of got your direction where you're going.
Yeah.
And unless something catastrophic happens to you, you're not going to change. So we try and catch them back here before they get to that. And so that's the most exhilarating, I think, it's been in my career, is helping these young kids choose their path. And it's not law enforcement. I'm talking about just anything, like
Right.
being a stewardess, being a principal, being a teacher, going to college. even not going to college, because college is not for everybody.
Exactly.
So going to a technical school, getting a trade. So just helping them develop their life path.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Once again, we are here with Mr. Ramone Lamkin. I am Harmony Howe signing out.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.